Have you ever felt that tension, in your shoulders maybe, or that sort of anxious flutter deep in your stomach, even when like there's no obvious danger around? It feels like something heavy is just living inside you. Kind of memory of stress or maybe fear long after whatever happened is over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into Dr. Peter Levine's book, Waking the Tiger. It's really groundbreaking stuff.
It really is.
Offers a pretty surprising way to understand those feelings, especially if you found yourself grappling with persistent fear.
Yeah, and our mission today really is to unpack Levine's unique take on fear and trauma. It's about understanding how our bodies, not just our minds, right, process and sometimes, hold on to these big experiences.
The physical side of it.
Exactly. And the hopeful part is he offers a clear path, a way to release them, which honestly can be incredibly transformative if you're feeling stuck.
Okay, so let's dive in. Levine says something really powerful right off the bat. He argues that trauma isn't primarily about the event itself, what happens to us, but instead it's, and I'm quoting loosely here, what we hold inside when our natural response to danger is interrupted. That interruption seems key. What does he mean by that? That holding?
Well, what's fascinating is how he compares us to animals. Think about, say, a gazelle escaping a lion.
Okay.
Once it's safe, it might literally shake, trample all over. It's discharging all that intense survival energy, shakes it off, resets, moves on.
Makes sense.
But humans, we often suppress that, maybe consciously, maybe not. We freeze up in the moment, survive it, and then we try to just get over it.
Right, pull ourselves together.
Yeah, exactly. But that massive surge of survival energy, it gets trapped, locked into what Levine calls the immobility response. We basically get stuck in that frozen state, holding the energy long after the danger's passed.
And this is where Levine's idea, it really hit me. He uses this metaphor of a tiger.
The tiger within.
Yeah. Our body wants to discharge that energy, like the gazelle shaking, all that adrenaline, the fight or flight chemicals pumping.
All that activate.
Right. Once you're safe, your body instinctively wants to tremble, maybe sigh deeply, just let it go physically. But when we stop that release, we trap that tiger inside. It's like sometimes after a really stressful meeting, I'll find my leg is just bouncing uncontrollably later.
Yes, that's your body trying to complete the cycle.
Still trying to finish something.
Exactly. And that's what's brilliant about the title, Waking the Tiger. That trapped energy, that frozen tiger. It isn't some monster haunting you. Levine frames it as your own frozen tower.
Frozen power. I like that.
It is power, isn't it? It's the life-saving energy that helped you survive. Just waiting to be safely released and integrated. It's the stuckness, the being frozen, that causes the distress long-term, not just the original scary thing.
Okay.
That explains why, maybe years after a car accident, someone might still grip the steering wheel really tight or feel this sudden wave of dread just driving normally.
Even when everything's fine.
Right. The body's still trying to finish that interrupted response.
So what does this mean for you listening right now? If you're feeling that persistent fear or just plain stuck, if your body is trying to complete something, how do we help it?
Well, that leads us straight into Dr. Levine's healing method, which he calls somatic experiencing.
Somatic experiencing, soma meaning body, right? Now, for some people, the idea of listening to the body's wisdom might sound a bit out there. Can you make it more concrete? What does that actually look like in practice?
Sure. So somatic experiencing basically helps people gently reconnect with their physical sensations, really subtle ones sometimes.
Like what?
Like noticing maybe a tingling in your hands, or perhaps a warmth spreading in your chest, or a knot tightening in your stomach. It's about paying attention to these things without judging them.
Just noticing.
Just noticing. And allowing them gently to shift or complete whatever they're doing. This careful process lets the body finally release that trapped survival energy. And crucially, it helps restore a feeling of safety from the inside out.
And the big thing here is you don't necessarily have to dig up and relive the whole traumatic memory in detail, do you?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's key. It works without needing to relive the trauma, as Levine puts it. It's more about listening to what the body is saying right now in the present and letting it finish its biological job, its wisdom.
Which really brings us back to Levine's core message, and it's just so incredibly empowering. It reframes everything. He says, you are not broken. Your body was protecting you. It just needs to finish what it started. Wow. That idea alone, it feels so hopeful, doesn't it? Such a shift from thinking something's wrong with you.
It really is. So if we just sort of wrap up the main takeaway from our deep dive today, it's that fear, trauma, feeling stuck. Maybe we can reframe these not as personal failing.
Right, not something wrong with you.
Not at all. But see them as incomplete natural responses to danger. It's basically survival energy that got held up inside the body, just waiting for a chance to complete its journey.
So a final thought then for you listening. What if those sensations in your body, that tension, that anxiety, that feeling of being stuck, prone, what if they aren't actually signs that you're broken? But what if they're actually signals? A kind of profound wisdom from your body, trying to complete what it started way back when. What might it mean for you to gently, carefully start to wake the tiger within?
So this book summary is powered by International Psychology Association. Follow us for more interesting book summaries and psychology updates. Thank you.